and no one else has changed. Oi, where does Nails at? Why do I wear my mail for this? The World Eater Heart. It's in italics. The Zagan, reviled beast tribe native to the Indigo Deep, have succeeded in summoning forth the voracious god, the primal Leviathan. Should the mighty serpent be allowed to unleash a tidal wave, the entire city of Limso Minsa was swept into the sea. Faced with watery oblivion, the leaders of Maelstrom have conceived a desperate plan. By lashing two warships and filling their holds with corrupted crystals, they hope to pierce the ordered world's defenses and give a chosen few the chance to dispatch the primal with courage and steel. The World Eater sits in the bay with her towing vessel to triumph, awaiting but the command to cast off. Okay, let us go and get the okay, it's Titan. So we have to find. Oh, okay, it's down here. Sure, just these two. The World Eater Hard and the Naval Extreme. Okay, there's none for it but to head back to Camp Overlook and continue what I'm doing up here. I'm still annoyed that I'm not going to hit the next level. Finish off the kobolds here. I'm going to have to come back once for a single more quest more. Ugh. It's a shame. Because I was so close to just being done with these. And then only having two more left. But I'm going to have to come back for one more quest. I wish I'd mapped it right just so I know, because I was excited about the idea of just being done with them. Excited, you know, since I last recorded about the idea. I also looked up to see how much the bomb ash is going for right now, and my god is it being overpriced. It's like 400 gil a piece. I'm actually inclined to almost start trying to sell it myself again. Sup? Actually seeing bombs or grenades here, it's just, I'm like, this general game's aesthetic just reminds me of that one Final Fantasy game with, you know, Van and you know, the one that introduced the bunny women. Oh, yes. The one that introduced them. It just really reminds me of that. It's got a similar aesthetic to it, I think. Just some similar vibe. And it's also, like, I think the first one with real-time combat, maybe? Certainly the first Final Fantasy I played with real-time combat. So... you know, that counts for something. So yeah, it just really makes me think of that, and also the way like the arrows are drawn from the enemy to you and whatnot to denote the enemy's aggroing and their tensions and whatnot is also something borrowed from that game. But borrowed, you know, they did the same thing over here. There's some similar elements like that going on. So I really do want to get around to playing the other Final Fantasies, but I don't know video policies and I don't know who to contact. Because it's like the team over in Japan I have to contact, and I don't speak Japanese, and I don't know if they have you know, a way for an English person to contact them, and I don't know if the Western side will be of any assistance to me either. I'm tempted in contacting that Square Enix influencer dude, but I'm not sure if you can help, and I feel nervous contacting people because people, shit, bollocks, you know, general just fear because person, social anxiety, low self-confidence, all that. So you know, I'm nervous about the whole affair. Certainly, though, I would like to contact him, and I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be nice enough. It's either way, if you can help or not, or even if it's contacting the wrong person. But like, it's nothing against the guy personally. It's just my own personal thing. I get this way with my own friends that I've known and are still friends with me, even after I've said really, you know, like stuff I'm planning on taking to my grave. You know, I overshared before when I was younger. I've been trying to get better about that. Like, and you know, it's still put up with me. So it's just, you know, a stranger I don't know isn't going to really stand much of a chance. Okay, we've done both of these previously. I think there's legit flying mounts in this game. I cannot wait till we get them. Oh. I was thinking that was a bit too quick. Don't know why I forgot to check there. I think I'm too used to WoW and just having everything on the map at once. I have actually been thinking of going back to WoW and recording some more. Actually, I'm gonna send on a quick message. Thinking there's an I in nervous. So yeah, let's go these. There's been a band I've been listening to recently. I've got one of their albums, Undead Corporation. I've been listening to their own songs, but I haven't been listening to their Tuhu songs. I actually posted some of their album artwork there onto Twitter. They took various Tuhu characters and dressed them up as, well, to be fair, care. I think it's more they took various JoJo characters and more put them into two characters' costumes, more so than the other way around. But yeah, basically there's various JoJo characters in the garb of various Tuhu characters. You know the scene from the intro of the first JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with Dio like doing a stabbing motion. They have the maid from the mansion dress. Well, they have him in her outfit because both have time powers and throw knives at people. Her more so than him. That was just one move he did, but that's one of her main shticks, you know. So yeah. Oh, piss off. But yeah, it's cool. And like these are legit albums they've sold, album covers that they've sold for money, you know. As in like legit covers of albums that they've sold and everything. It's perfectly fine over in Japan. While they do still have copyright law is very different over there than in, say, America or, I presume, Ireland. Obviously I can't speak to any degree of authority in copyright law, but copyright law is very different between the countries. For example, people have this is an outright manga someone's made and sold. They've taken the characters, some cute camping girl anime and manga. They took the characters of that and had them go camping with Solid Snake. Or maybe it was Naked Snake, one or the other. Both are kind of close. It's not like it's liquid or solidus, you know. It was one of the two. They went camping with him. So, and that's an actual manga that someone's selling, and you know they aren't in legal trouble over it. Again, Japanese copyright law is rather different to other countries. Like I couldn't go make a Warhammer WoW crossover without getting this shit suit out of me by Blizzard and Games Workshop. You know, I feel like I made it and sold it. So, you know, it's copyright law is vastly different over there compared to here, and it has led to some good developments, such as, you know, that cute little manga. So, Dojin? I've never heard someone say it. It's me guessing as to how it's pronounced. That's the issue with a lot of the words. I don't know how they're pronounced, like Tsundere? I know one. I'm trying to remember how. Like, there's this manga I saw bits of floating around. It's a. I know character mispronounce is. You can hear two people commentating over his game, but it, you know, well, people go to commentate over a game. Turns out the main character in the the main guy in the game can hear them, and he hears them refer to the villainess of the game as a Tsundere, and he doesn't speak the same language, so they have it down as him like. He spells it differently. He spells it as it sounds, and that's how I've been trying to get it pronounce it. Because I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably closer than what I was saying. What I was saying, I have no idea, but I've honestly forgotten. But yeah, that's what I've been trying to base it off of. But I can't remember now. But it was like Tsundere or something like that. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've heard it a fair few times, but I still can never remember how to say it. Learning other languages is not one of my strong points. Yeah, I have to hook a right up here. 2 rights. Yeah, learning other languages has not been one of my strong points. I can barely speak my own native tongue. Like, I had to Siobhan, that name, I had to get Mum to remind me of how to bloody say it, and I've heard that plenty. It's a common enough Irish name. Just let me plant this bomb. Look, bird, I don't want to kill you. I don't know what rank of an enemy it is. Given it's right in the middle of their base, it might be a high mark boss, so I don't really want to fight it. I'll have to leave killing high level marks till a later time. I'm not too sure about joining a guild. Actually, given that I am sticking around more, maybe I should. But yeah, one thing I've been thinking of is going back to WoW, trying to get the expansion there finished, and then taking a break. I might sit out Shadowlands and come back to it at some later stage. I'm not sure. I might come back mid Shadowlands. It all depends on what happens with WoW, honestly. Like, Shadowlands does seem interesting, but Blizzard has been fucking up a fair bit. So I'm thinking, you know, I want to take a step back and see what happens. And, you know, if they end up doing better, you know, going back to them, and if they don't, then I don't. And I know if anyone was really excited for my WoW videos, I doubt there is any. Ooh, yes! Or excited for the side, like either the main series or the side ones. I apologize, but I have been burnt out on WoW, and I do need a break from it. And Blizzard's kind of been fucking the pooch on it, so it's just like, it's a good twofer. I'm sure we'll come back to it eventually, but there might be a delay. This will probably be staying at the one video a day thing. I've got a fair bit of a backlog going, and I've been pretty regular with it, so may as well stay the course. Now part of me is getting the idea in my head to you know, take a break from it. I got enough going. Fuck yeah. You trespass upon my domain, tainted of the light. is gone. Okay. Wasn't sure what to expect there. Before the raging sea. Oh, tentacle. Drink deep of the sea's bitter draught. I have no idea what the hell that is. Mine is the power to cleanse all things. Naught can withstand the relentless onslaught of my waves. You were saying... You challenge me with trickery, fools. Mortal contrivances cannot quell the raging sea. Maybe not, but you are another matter. Wish he knew what he was saying here. Like the, the music. Actually, I kind of want to go listen to that now. I've been listening to different boss teams on YouTube. People put up like the whole boss fight, but with no combat sounds around, just the music. Inherently goes to a healer for putting up with my ass. What? Is there no items? Is there no chest? Huh. That's odd. Get shunted over to here. Where no one is. By the Navigator, you did it! You defeated Leviathan in his own domain. I witnessed this battle from afar, so the beast's single life was beneath the waves. And still I labor to believe it. Dana would hope to thank you the moment you came ashore, but she thought it meet to accompany the fleet back to Limsa. Pray present yourself to her at your earliest convenience. She'll be eager to hear your account of the day's events. Some people here are talking about the recent Tomb Raider games, the reboot, and saying how like blatant the fetches in it were, and a bit of commenting there. That's I know, it basically is hitting similar notes to romance novels. A lot of romance novels are wrote by women, and in them they have a lot of violence aimed at chicks. And rape. And, so it was kind of obvious based on that. It was a chick writing it. And yeah, it was a chick writing it. Terry Pratchett's kid. Rihanna Pratchett. No rape, but, you know, plenty of violence and gory ways of killing Lara. It is a major, like, tonal change for Tomb Raider. I know Lara, I think, died in some gnarly ways in the original, but it was I think they might have done them differently between the games. I played the original Tomb Raider games when I was a kid. I can't go back and play them now, I'm sorry. Like, you have to tiptoe up to the edge and hop back, then run and jump, and it's so fucking... It's clunky as shit, but punishing if you aren't willing to embrace the clunk. And I'm sorry, I'm not. Knowing the urgency of business, I thought it best refrain from making conversation during the past few visits, but today I'll permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of meeting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. I'm thinking, yeah, I've said before that I've had a few romance novels in mind. I'm thinking, going by that note, it'll be obvious, despite the pen name, that they're wrote by a dude. Because, I know, I don't want to write about rape. Gotta be honest. Don't want to write about that. Like, no 50 Shades of Grey for me. Sorry. I've seen bits of 50 Shades of Grey. I would see quotes online, then I'll confirm them in a book. Like, I'll go into the book centre in town, and you know, you can pick up a book and read it with a cup of coffee there. As far as I know, I think that's what you're meant to do. I know one friend did that chronically through school. But anyway, like, there's plenty of sitting areas for coffee, and there's books all around you, you know. But anyway. I'll check the quotes, and yeah, it's just like, yeah, he pushes her to the bed and forces himself on her, saying like, oh, you wouldn't want her to find out now, would you? And throws her to the floor of the boathouse, and, you know, one thing, like, I'm not into it, it's not really my cup of tea, but one thing I always hear about BDSM is safe, sane, consensual, and rape kind of breaks all three, and probably, you know, a few other 100 commandments there of BDSM. You know, it's kind of no. Just, you know, if it is something, just embrace it and say it is, rather than pretending to be something else. You know, it just I'm not that way inclined, but. The inaccurate statement just pisses me off. While I'm loose with my words, oftentimes inaccuracies and such glaring ones such as that kind of pisses me off, being honest. So yeah, it's damn it, the buggery. My congratulations, Drumcran. This victory will serve quite the Sahagin, for a time at least. That such beings can be defeated runs contrary to all I know. Whence comes your strength and sense of purpose? Another notch in your belt, is it? Well done, my friend. Were I a god, I dare so would tremble at your summoning. So often do you achieve the impossible, fear my words for congratulations will begin to sound repetitive, if indeed have they not already. With this in mind, I shall say only that I am glad of your safe return. A number of things did not go exactly to plan, I will admit. Leviathan denied us the luxury of ramming him for one. Well, let's not quibble over the manner of victory, eh? Glimpse is safe and we're yet on the round. I conclude that it has been a good day. Now go and bask in the Admiral's gratitude, will you? You've certainly earned the right.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated.
Do you think the more tall she saw them and, you know, that kind of thing. It's a really see it to believe it sort of deal on all fronts. But I think he was the guy we encountered previously, and he was once Mistbeard. It's a mantle that's passed down. Also, I keep thinking of Princess Bride. You know, the guy who's on the boat and the captain takes him in and every day threatens it. You know, tomorrow I might just do you in. Every day till it's like, so, want to be Redbeard? Great, thanks. So, yeah, I'm just, there's just constantly coming to mind her.
This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight.
Oh, I could think it, because people keep talking about, you know, the phrase, when she was saying boundless potential of man, and everyone's just praising me here. All I think is like big god-slaying dick energy over here.
Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
I was thinking the same thing myself. They're both rather flashy and acrobatic with their knife work.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
What do you expect of a bard?
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, He might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Ul'dah, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
Sort of some reflected in the glass there. Certainly not on here. Almost looks like a building in the side of a thing. Probably just saying things.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Holy Lance. It's utterly no use to me. what I currently have is better. Though it will eventually be outclassed by the weapons I'm getting. If I could fully upgrade it, it will still be eventually outclassed, but it will last that bit longer.